This is going to be the Ashtanga Yoga Primary Series, modified for anyone who has hip or back problems with a lack of flexibility. So make sure that you do this at the modification or at the pace that is comfortable for you. So small range of motion, listen to your body, and let your breath be the impetus for your movement. It's important to try to make sure that you stay up to tempo. The tempo of this is going to be very slow, so you can do nice deep breathing exercises. When you're ready, go ahead, pause this, set up your mat, your yoga blocks for an assist, and perhaps even a bolster if you need. I do recommend that you come next to a wall. We will be doing some postures either against the wall or touching the wall. So when you see me lay on my back, this again is back supported. You're going to put your hip up against the wall, bring those knees toward your face, and then your hips go against the wall. So a lot of the postures that are modified are going to be completely back supported in this posture. Again, having little props is going to be really helpful. So go ahead, pause this, set up your music, your props. When you're ready, unpause it, and we'll begin. Look at the floor, bend your knee, Make sure you grab the prop if you need to support your lower back. For this next one, it's a deep twist. So opposite arm to opposite foot front. Bend the front knee if you have to. Right hand to right butt cheek in the back pocket. Roll the shoulder blade down and back. Both legs are straight. Look down. Bend that right knee. Bring the block over to the right hand. Turn to your left. You are crossing the center line. Bend that left knee. Cross your center line. Straighten the leg. Left hand, left butt cheek in the back pocket. Push away from the floor and float that shoulder blade toward the front of the mat. Look down. Let go of the yoga block as you bend. You can support yourself on the wall or your knee. The next one is going to be extended side angle. We're skipping the twist in this one. So you're going to turn that right foot out, bend it into a huge proud warrior. The biggest proud warrior you can do. Roll that left hip forward. Roll that left shoulder blade backward. So you have a little bit of a twist going on here. When you're feeling really good, drop your hips, stretch up, smell your armpit, looking at your palm of your hand. Depending on how deep you want to go here, you should be all legs. Keep that proud warrior, switch to that left leg. So again, roll your hips forward, right hip forward, right shoulder blade back. You can support yourself, dropping the hips, reaching the top arm up and over, smell the armpit, look at the palm of your hand. If you want to go deeper, you reach for the floor. 90% of your body weight is being supported by your legs. Return proud warrior, and we're skipping the twist. So we have open leg forward fold. Now, back problem. I want you to take this to the wall. If you have lower back problems, groin problems, hip flexor soreness, you sit at a desk a lot, you need to have a supported back when you do these series. So I really recommend flat back, get nice and comfortable. If you can get to this posture, wonderful. Relax and stay there. If you'd like, you can start working on that open leg forward fold. It's not going to go too far. Make sure your shoulder blades are down and back. Accommodate your neck and your shoulders as necessary. There should be no pain at all in your hips. If you need to add props, you can go ahead and prop up your legs with your yoga blocks. But the goal is to do this comfortably. So it should be 45 degrees, 55 degrees open. And you're actually holding this. We're not just going to relax and be passive here. You're going to hold this with a little bit of leg strength. Go ahead and drive your elbows into the mat. A little bit of an arch and relax back down. Good. Give me some whatever arms or cactus arms. Good. Close the legs a little bit if you need to. When you're ready, bring those arms over your head, clasp the hands together, thumbs side by side. Lengthening your back, lengthening everything from the tailbone all the way through the thumbs. Stretch, legs 90-degree angle between the legs. Good. This last one, your goal is to bring your legs toward the floor, just a little bit off the wall, and reach. So your tailbone stays on the floor. If this is too much, just bend those legs. But the goal is keeping those legs straight. So squeeze your thighs, lift the kneecaps toward your belly button, keeping those legs straight. Reach for your big toes. Peace sign fingers between the big toe and the second toe. Drop the shoulder blades down to the floor. Smooth breathing, looking at the tip of your nose. Gently coming out of it. Close your legs and relax. Okay, with this one, if you're standing, you're going to really pull those elbows behind your rib cage. If you're back supported, you're going to work on driving your left heel into the wall with a little bit of pressure, the right leg coming toward your rib cage. Arms can be out to the side, shoulder blades and back is flat. And a little bit of compression, hip flexion right here on that right leg. You can even have movement here if that's what you need to do to kind of floss those nerves. And we're going to switch to the other side. So push that right leg into the wall, lengthen both legs nice and straight, and pull using your ab wall, your hip flexor muscle group, left leg toward your rib cage. I'm on railroad tracks here. So I'm not on a balance beam, I'm on railroad tracks. Right side is in front of the right hip, slightly turned out. Left leg is in front of the left hip, coming toward my face. So the back leg or the wall leg will be slightly turned down. Gently coming back to the wall. If you want, a couple of times, flossing. And then relax. Good. Standing up, gently turn to your side and coming up. So if you're new to this, you're going to have wall support. Standing on one leg, drive that right knee up. The goal is to do this without holding onto the wall. Shoulder blades down and back, looking at the tip of your nose. We're going to go ahead and bring that leg out to the side. You can either hold the wall, push those hips forward, looking over your shoulder, dropping your elbows, lifting the heart, or if you have your balance, put your hand on your hip. Look into the front. We're going to go ahead and roll the shoulder blades down and back, straighten that leg. You can let go here if you want. You can hold or hands on the hips. Look at the tip of your nose. Good, left side. Shoulder blades down and back. Solid, straight leg on the bottom leg. Whatever you do on the right side, do on the left. Straighten that front leg. So we're going to go ahead and do modified posture here. You can hold on to the wall. Make sure that you have a neutral alignment of the spine. Turn out your right leg, slide it up as high as you can go, and hold your tree posture. Eventually, it's going to slide up to the inside of your crotch and across the center line and sweep it down into half lotus. For now, let's activate those turnout muscles and your standing leg support muscles just by holding this posture. We're going to go ahead and bring that knee back to the front and switch sides. So nice and tight, solid standing leg. Turn out the left leg, slide it up as far as you can go. You can drive the shoulder blades down and back, hands in your back pocket, even better. Just work on those turnout muscles for that tree posture. Back to the front, drop the leg. Good. Last few standing postures. You should be arm's distance away from your wall. If you need wall support, please bend forward and do that. We're going to go ahead, inhale to the top, dive it down. Any modification you need to do, please do it. Going into chair. So if you have a bad back, I recommend you do this driving this weight into the heels. Big toes and knees are coming together, lifting the belly away from the thighs. And as you become better and stronger, you'll be able to lift the heart and then lift the arms. Let's go ahead and dive it down, do vinyasa. Right leg comes forward. So you can stay here. Squeeze your glutes. Cactus arms forward. Maybe arms up. Warrior 2. Warrior 2 on that right side. You can cat and cow here if you'd like. We're going to go ahead and sit. Or you can do this whole series laying on your back against the wall. If you can't get those legs straight, I do recommend taking the next posture against the wall. For now, we're sitting with our sit bones flat on the floor, lifting and lengthening the back of the neck. Nice smooth breathing, trying to straighten your legs out. So right here, our legs are straight and you just walk down as far as you can go. Use your yoga blocks if you need to for your assist, or carry butt to wall. Straight legs are very important here. Okay, so modification here is going to be to suppress, swing the hips back and front to sit back down again. You do not have to do the vinyasa if you're not up for it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do a figure four. We're going to go ahead and do a reverse plank first. So your fingertips are facing the wall. You can modify this by doing this in reverse tabletop, driving the heels into the floor, or work toward the full posture, driving the big toes to the floor. Very nice. Going back into your vinyasa or your shoot throughs, just working on lifting up, swinging the hips back. Good. Now let's go ahead and take that figure four. So again, you're crossing the center line and you're swinging that knee out and forward, 45-degree angle. Be really kind to yourself in this posture. You're going to take with the right knee, that right hand to your back pocket, drop the shoulder blades down and back, and stretch forward. Same thing on that left side. You're going to cross the center line. Get that left heel all the way to that right pocket. Sweep that knee down and around. My left hand comes to the back. My right hand goes to my right foot. Now, if you're not interested in doing the shoot, you can actually go ahead and practice on crossing your legs and bringing your legs under you. Maybe a cat and a cow and a return. Make sure when you do this that your knees are coming up toward your chest as you swing your hips forward. Let's go ahead and bend that right leg back. Make sure your right big toe is on the mat. I need an assist with this, so I help push myself toward my right leg. And then sitting up as tall as possible. Okay, left leg is going to go back over that big toe. If you need an assist, you can push yourself over onto that beautiful foot on that left side. You have an ugly foot on the right side, sitting up nice and tall. As you feel more comfortable with the stretch on the ankle of the bent leg, then you can start taking it to a forward fold. For now, just be kind to yourself. At any time you want to do this next series with your butt against the wall, please do. So we're going to stay here for 3 breaths, and then you'll come up, and you'll do 3 more breaths, come up, 3 more breaths, come up, then we'll switch sides. At a 90-degree angle, trying to get the hips to face the wall. Now, the goal here is to push and rotate that right leg, thigh bone to the floor. And then as you become a little bit more stronger with that motion of using your butt muscles to rotate and push them, lengthen that leg, unfold down to the floor, then you can start worrying about turning and facing that straight leg in front of you. So we're still on the right side. My right leg is bent, and I'm trying to unfold that leg, push it down to the floor, get the sit bones on the mat. And you can start by sitting up nice and tall. And once you have that posture and it's comfortable and your leg is down to the floor, then you're going to take it to your forward fold. But don't do the forward fold until you can completely get your right leg down onto the floor. This is our 3rd set of 3 breaths right here. So inhale and exhale. Okay, so you beginners, that's pretty intense, Go ahead and bring that knee up, maybe shake it out. And do your vinyasa of your choice here. And we'll do 3 breaths, 3 sets on that left leg. So I'm going to take my left leg, turn it out, sit up nice and tall, pressing that left heel to the inner thigh of my right leg. I did not put my hands on my left leg at all. I am using my butt muscles and my core to hold this position. Again, roll that leg out, press the leg down with your butt muscles. We're sitting up nice and tall, trying to get toward the wall. Once you can hit this position with your breath, continue to stretch forward and lengthen. The bottom leg must stay straight. Really focus on squeezing your thigh muscles nice and tight. If you need your paws, go ahead and use them any way you wish. Okay, we have one more breathing set. You're still with your left leg bent. Janu Sirsasana right here. So reset as you need to. Shake it out. Beginners, you're doing great. Again, any props you need, feel free. Take it out. So inhale, relax. Gently coming out of it, shake that leg. Your goal is eventually to be able to do 5 full breaths with this. But for now, be kind to yourself. So you can do your little shoot throughs if you want. Vinyasa, we're going to go ahead and go against the wall. So carry butt to wall. This is going to be important. Marishasana is a pretty intense one for beginners. Sit back supported. Take your right leg, flex it. Your right foot should be to the outside of your right hip. When you're feeling really good, take that right arm and reach for that left leg. Good, very nice. We're going to switch and do the same thing on that left side. So find that center. Your left leg comes down. The left heel is right at the outside of the left hip. Right leg is straight. Back is relaxed and supported. Take the opposite arm to opposite foot. Relax. Again, the goal is 5 breaths with each pose. Very nice. If you need to reset, you can kind of do a little bit of a wiggle. It's fine. Okay, Marishasana B. You're going to take your left leg and turn it out. If you're already at that point, you can actually do half lotus. Then you're going to go ahead and bend that right leg. It's pretty deep hip stretches. Gently slide that right leg straight. Unfold your left leg. We're going to switch. So fold the right leg. You can either turn it out or sweep it into half lotus. Drop that, slide that left foot all the way down the wall. The goal is to get the left heel on the wall. Be kind to yourself. Very deep turnout in that right hip. Be kind to your legs and your knees and your joints. Slide the left leg up the wall. Right leg together. Marishasana C. We have 4 of these variations. We're going to go ahead and bend your right leg. Take your left elbow to the outside and reach for the wall. The goal is to twist. Make sure your knee stays on the right side of your heart. We're going to switch and do the other side. Okay, so you're going to bend that left side. Cross your center line with your right arm. The left knee stays on the left side of your heart. Your body is doing all of the twisting. I'm actually pushing down into the knee to help twist. Kind of like an oblique exercise when you do your bicycle crunches. Good, gently coming out of it. Okay, here's the fun one, D. So it's the same idea, but you're gonna bend your left leg to half lotus, or just turn it out, okay? The right leg, again, is gonna slide down the wall. If this is as far as you can go, just stay here. Stretch that right arm high, left arm, and then left elbow across the right knee. Try to twist a little bit. Oblique crunch. Looking at the top hand and the back of the mat. Good. Look to the front. Slide the right leg up. And switch legs. Cross the right leg over the left. When you're ready, slide the left leg down the wall. Stay here. Or, just like a bicycle crunch, twist to your left. Look at the back of the mat. Left arm reaching for the back of the mat. Press that left heel into the wall. Looking forward. Slide that left leg up the wall. Left leg, right leg, and relax. Shake it out, wiggle it out. Go ahead and do a little side fetal position. Come around on your mat. Sit on your back, or lay on your back or on your buttocks. Navasana is next. So with the modification of this, you're going to lengthen, pull the shoulder blades back and down, elbows drive together. Stay right here. Drive your elbows together. Lift the heels off the floor and relax. Good. Lift up and sit back down again. So again, we have this pin-up pose. You have fingers facing the wall, elbows driving together, lift the heart, lift the heels. Shoulder blades are really tight together. Good. Push up, shoot back, and front. Navasana modification. Again, as you're feeling stronger, you come up to your boat pose and you let go of the floor. Shoot those hips back and front. Navasana again. Roll the shoulder blades down and back. You can hit your pin-up pose or take it to your boat pose. Shoot. Good. Very nice. Wiggle it out. If you want a vinyasa, of course, do your vinyasa. Okay, so with this one, we're going to go ahead and support ourselves near the wall. So you're going to open your legs, sit nice and tall, and walk yourself forward. If you need a block, I recommend putting the block between your legs. Your goal is to get your chin to your yoga block when you do this. Just leaning forward and stretch. Inhale up. Good. Relax. So if you want to do a vinyasa between these, you can, otherwise you can just sit here. Next one, Karmasana. We're going to bring one knee to your shoulder, other knee to your shoulder. You can work on that right here, just this position here. If you feel like you have that and you can get your knee and your shoulder to connect, then just lean forward, chin on your yoga block, and really connect your knee and your shoulder, bringing your hands under your legs. And stay here. As you become more and more comfortable, you're going to turn those legs out and get lower and lower by dropping your yoga block forward until it's out of the way completely. Good. So from here, we're going to press up. Put your feet in front on the yoga block. Little rocks. Good. If the yoga block's in the way and you're ready to shoot it back, put that yoga block to the side. You're going to do little rock all the way up. Your hands are making a diamond pattern in the front, so make sure your hands turn in slightly. Good. Okay, moving on. Crisscross applesauce. Go back to having your yoga block in front. If your hips are really tight, all I want you to do is support yourself with a forward fold. That's it. That's all you're doing. Relax your back and breathe. Let's go ahead and switch leg in front. So switch crisscross applesauce. And relax your back as you stretch forward. Very nice. Okay. Next, I have a couple of handstand preparation drills. If you have your yoga blocks, I recommend you go ahead and put them next to you. Okay? So, feet together. Yoga blocks in front. Pull your legs in as close as you can to your crotch. And then reach forward, chin to the mat. Inhale up. Let's go ahead and take a vinyasa or a swing. We'll go back to that turned out cobbler pose. And then open your legs up. Okay, so be real careful. If you have a back that needs supported, you're going to carry butt to wall and do this with your open legs. Just laying on your back, carrying butt to wall. Otherwise, you can stay here and just wiggle. Be very careful if you have a bad back on this one. Your goal eventually is to get your chest down to the floor. So we're going to inhale, exhale, go back down. You can wiggle, move, feel free. So from here, I want you to go ahead, lift those legs up and rotate back. Eventually it turns into this position, but you're really not pulling with those arms at all. Good. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of a shoot. Okay, maybe some chest openers. Laying down. This is, believe it or not, all preparation for what you're going to be doing when you invert later in life. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead. You can either walk your legs up the wall if you need assistance, or just curl your hips over your head. So again, you can be here and work on curling, or you can just go ahead and take open leg, invert right here. I'm going to rock a little bit. Get used to rocking. Okay. And then we're going to do something similar again. So I'm going to stay away from the wall. I don't need the wall, but again, if you want to have your back on the floor and support yourself by walking your legs up the wall, please do. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take peace sign fingers between our big toe and our second toe. You can bend the leg and hold it right here.
As you get better and stronger, you start lengthening that leg out. But the goal is to get your forehead to the knee. You do the same thing with the knee out to the side. Head goes down onto the floor, leg goes out to the side. If you have groin problems, you're going to skip this. Absolutely just work on little leg circles. Otherwise, your leg is out to the side. Bring that knee back to the front. One more forehead to knee. And this time you're going to let go, using your hip flexors to hold that thigh against your rib cage and relax. Switch sides. There you go. Peace sign fingers are reaching between your big toe and your little second toe. And I'm going for forehead to knee. Eventually, keeping that forehead and that knee touching, you will unfold that left leg. If the leg is unfolded, you're taking it to the side, let your head go down. Otherwise, keep it bent. That's fine too. Shoulder blades flat on the floor. Looking over the right shoulder, left leg is straight or bent. It's up to you. Bringing that leg back to the front, knee to forehead, let go, roll it down, and relax. You're going to rock like a ball. Okay, lay on your back. Go ahead and bring your hips up again. If this is as far as you can go, that's fine. You are eventually going to roll over to your plow pose or plow and then rock up to your boat pose. The goal here is to be able to do a very advanced boat pose. The modification on this, of course, is to go back to your pinup pose and to stay here, lifting the heels off the floor. Stay away from the wall on this one. I'm going to ask you to challenge yourself. Do 1 or 2 shoots. Maybe a little bit of a chest stretch. Very nice. Okay, we're going to lay back, curl the hips over your head. Rock up. Or just practice that idea of rocking. Your knees go over your eyebrows. If that's too scary for you, if you're a beginner to this, what you're going to do is make sure that you're away from the wall. You do the same idea and reach for the wall. Those little touches. So eventually you become more comfortable with this idea of rocking and sweeping and reaching your arms over your head for your feet. Okay, so do what feels comfortable for you on that. Lay on the mat. Let's go ahead and hit that cobbler pose. Heels go down onto the mat. Turn those legs out. Okay, and push up. Push up. Open up those hip flexors. Touch hands to shoulders. Smooth breathing. Gently coming out of it. And rock like a ball. If it hurts to rock like a ball, just wiggle it out. Skip that.
Lay down.
Go ahead and plant those feet firmly on the mat, heels down. You're going to do a nice little bridge, pushing those hips up. Clasp the hands under you and pull the shoulder blades together. If you want to take it to your full wheel, you're going to put your hands on your hair, elbows in the air. Smooth breathing, inhale to gather energy, exhale to drive it up. Looking at your mat. If you need to come down, you tuck your chin to your chest. Keep the elbows pointing to the ceiling, and then roll down one vertebra at a time, so your tailbone is the very last thing that comes down to the mat. Stay right there and relax. Just relax completely, beginners. Be kind to your back and to your body. You eventually want to be able to hold that wheel position or the hip bridge for a total of 15 breaths. Roll up, sitting up nice and tall. Dandasana, stretch forward. Any modification you need to do or an assist with your props, please do. Straighten those legs, lengthen your legs, and breathe nice and deep. Lay on your back, push the lower back into the mat. Lift those legs up. Now, your goal here is to get your hips off the mat, bend your legs, and drive it up into your shoulder stand. If you need to wiggle yourself over to the wall to do this, please do. So when you do this pose against the wall, you just walk your legs up the wall. But try to use your lower abs to curl those hips off the mat first before you actually walk up the wall. So this is your modification. When you start marching a little bit and getting away from the wall, using nice glute activation to push those hips toward the ceiling. So this turns into actually not just core, but glute. Your butt cheeks squeezing and lifting up. Once you can do that and you're super comfortable with walking the wall and then eventually walking down the wall, your next step would actually be to face away from the wall, to do the same thing and start getting into the next couple of postures. You don't need to do this against the wall. If you actually are ready to do it on the mat, please do. So, if you can do this and then get away from the wall, start doing leg pulls. That's your next step. Activating your glutes. Look at your belly button when you do this. Do not look at your toes. Look at your belly button. Okay. Bend those legs, walking down the wall. Separate them. See if you can get your knees to your ears. If that hurts, come back up. Be kind to yourself. Eventually, you do want to straighten those arms. Thumbs together, side by side, pushing into the mat. You should be able to breathe. Crisscross applesauce. Maybe you can try to work on lengthening your back, lengthening your arms, reaching those knees a little bit toward the wall. Okay, beginners. Gently rolling down and relax your back. Crisscross applesauce those legs. Pull those heels into your crotch. That is going to make you arch your back. It's okay. Go ahead and drive your elbows into the mat. I actually put my hands under my hips, under my butt cheek, and I lift up into an arch. Now, if you're comfortable and you can do this, then you drop your head back, get the crown of your head to the floor. Modify fish pose. You can come out of this fish pose at any time. Just relax your back. If this back arch is too much, please be kind to yourself. The next one is going to be a second variation. You're going to close your legs, bring your knees together. Heels are lifting up off the floor. You're still arching. You're still driving your elbows into the floor, lifting the rib cage from the heart to the ceiling. If you can let go of your elbows, lifting up, pray your hands, pull the shoulder blades down and back. If this is great, you're there, then the next step will be to lift the legs. At any time, reduce the stress and the strain, regressing your movements to come back out of the posture, elbows are down on the floor, tuck your chin to your chest, rolling gently through the spine to come out and down. Okay, rock like a ball. Get nice and comfortable. We have a preparation for your head stance or shasana. Beginners, it's very important that you be kind to yourself. This is a very advanced invert. The inversion of this is going to be on the crown of the head and a little bit on the forearms. It's almost like you're pulling your head up against your hands. In this preparatory position, keep your feet on the floor. You're going to face the wall. Put your crown of your head down on the mat. You need a firm surface. A soft surface will actually make it more difficult and is very dangerous. Go ahead and surround your head by interlacing your fingers and dropping your elbows to the mat. Stay here and breathe. If you're ready, you feel like you've done this a couple of days practice, no neck soreness at all, the next step by day 3, 4, maybe week 3 or 4, would be to come up to the balls of the feet and breathe. Start wiggling and walking your feet toward the wall, toward your face. Maybe bending one leg and the other. Beginners, you're going to stay here. Do not go all the way up. It's very important that you do not go all the way up unless you have supervision. Do not go this far unless you've comfortably practiced this for at least a week on your knees. Anytime you need to regress the movement, please do. Gently coming out of it, sitting into your child pose. I'm going to open my knees. My big toes come together, my knees separate, driving the hips back. Nice length through the spine, walk it out, and be comfortable in your child pose. Good, very nice. Maybe take a couple of cat-cows, wiggle it out a little bit. If you're facing the wall, come away from the wall. Come back to your tabletop, facing the wall, wiggle it out a little bit, and sit in hero pose. So you're going to stretch your ankles, have pretty feet. If you need to sit on a yoga block like a saddle, that's fine too. The goal here is to stretch out the ankles. Good. You can take a vinyasa if you like. So we have an up dog, and a down dog. To a seated position. Typically you would face the front of your mat for the last 3 postures. I'm going to go ahead and face you. So you crisscross applesauce or you take your half lotus. Again, be very kind to yourself and to your knees. I'm rotating and opening up my thighs and then squeezing the knees gently toward the center line. I'm going to lengthen through the top of my head, using my yoga block for support, keeping my sit bones on the floor, stretch forward. You may feel a deep hip stretch. That's good, that's normal. Okay, gently coming up. Should be very comfortable here. Take a mudra, hand posture of your choice. Lifting up nice and tall, lengthen the back of your neck. Squeeze your knees gently toward the center line and down. Start to slow your breath down. Nice inhale and an even slower exhale. Lengthen and grow tall through your spine. Put your hands beside you on the mat. Make sure you're on crisscross applesauce with this next one. Your goal is to flex your feet, have ugly feet. You're going to push into the mat and lift your knees.
Lift your head and your chin. Lengthen all the way up. Looking up at the ceiling. Keep breathing. And if you need to come out of it, that's all right. Gently coming out. Back to relaxed neutral position. Good. Take one more cat and cow or vinyasa of your choice. Really open up your chest wall with this last one. Lay down. Maybe cover your eyes, cover your back with a blanket, yourself with a blanket, and relax in your savasana. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.